A monarch's abdication of their throne is always an emotion-packed event, with circumstances ranging from the mundane to the dramatic to the violent. But one most unlikely ruler had a sudden and powerful yet fleeting emotional connection like few others, ending with that black day, in this case abdicating the throne of a quite unexpected adopted homeland. Caterina Cornaro was born November 25, 1454 in Venice as part of the powerful Cornaro family of Venetian nobles. Previously, 4 members of the family had become Doge of the Venetian Republic, its elected duke. Her father and brother held the rank of imperial knights of the Holy Roman Empire, and her family was intensely involved in Venice's overseas trading networks. The Cornaro family owned several sugar mills and other commercial enterprises on Cyprus, within the family's proprietary lands at La Piscopia. This did include plantations where the sugar was grown, employing the labor of local serfs as well as Arab and Levantine slaves. Back in Venice, the teenage Caterina was in for a shock. Her father had signed a contract marrying her to the King of Cyprus. The new king, James II, was in a delicate position. He was a partial usurper as well as an illegitimate member of the royal line and had been crowned in 1464, having seized the throne from his now exiled sister Charlotte and her powerful husband Louis of Savoy. He had done this with the support of the Mamluk Sultan of Egypt, something that not only hurt his legitimacy within the Christian kingdom, but also made Venice exceedingly nervous about the security of its commercial ventures. The marriage of James to a daughter of the Cornaro family seemed like a perfect solution for both sides. In the summer of 1468, following the signing of the contract, the marriage was made official by proxy on July 30th. 4 years later, a now 18-year-old Caterina left Venetian soil for the first time in her life and sailed for Cyprus. After arriving on the island that fall, she married James in person, becoming his queen consort. As intended, this secured both James's position and Venice's interests on the island. Caterina quickly became pregnant with a son who would become heir to the throne. Caterina also fell in love with her new homeland, getting along with both the mostly Greek-speaking locals and the mostly French-speaking royal family and nobility. Just a few months later, in early 1473, King James fell gravely ill. The child, also named James, was born on July 6th. Then, on July 10th, the monarch passed away. Rumors of poisoning swirled, though nothing has ever been proven. There was potential for a succession crisis, but James had reiterated in his will that his son would be the heir to the throne, with Caterina as regent if necessary. Thus, the 4-day-old infant became King James III, while Caterina ruled on his behalf. However, supporters of the exiled Charlotte soon took Caterina prisoner. She was quickly rescued by Venetian sailors and order was restored. However, the vulnerability of Venice's trading position in Cyprus was once again exposed. Just when the situation seemed to have calmed again, more tragedy struck as the infant James III now fell ill, and the following August, at just over a year of age, he passed away. There were again rumors of poisoning by agents of Charlotte and Louis. In any case, Caterina had now lost her son and her husband, all while now being forced to deal with a succession crisis. There was now no heir to the throne. The door to Cyprus was wide open, and Venice's commercial interests got the sense that sharks were circling, namely the Mamluks in Egypt and the Ottomans in Anatolia. To preserve the status quo, Caterina herself was crowned as the reigning queen, becoming Queen Catherine I. She had been on the island for less than 2 years, but now her adopted homeland had its future in her hands. Catherine responded to this almost impossible situation by attempting to hold the status quo. She did just that successfully, and the situation remained calm for much of the next 15 years. In late 1488, trouble began brewing again. Venice had caught wind of a potential Ottoman invasion, while rumors also persisted of a new marriage for Catherine, supposedly involving the King of Naples. There was also the question about what would happen to the succession after Catherine. For all these reasons, in February, the Venetians presented Catherine with a deal. In return for abdicating the throne of Cyprus and ceding the island's sovereignty to the Venetians, Catherine would be allowed to retain her royal title and would be made ruler of one of Venice's mainland territories in Italy. She was not given choice in the matter by her fellow Venetians and was formally recalled to Venice by the Republic. This essentially meant the game was up. As she prepared to step down, the emotions of this whirlwind odyssey were apparent. On February 15th, she departed the capital Nicosia to head for the coast. A contemporary chronicler noted that, quote, on February 15th, 1489, the queen exited from Nicosia in order to go to Famagusta, to leave Cyprus. She went on horseback wearing a black silken cloak, with all the ladies and the knights in her company. Her eyes, moreover, did not cease to shed tears throughout the procession. The people likewise shed many tears. On the 26th, Catherine officially abdicated the throne and departed from Famagusta. Thus, Catherine returned to Venetia, while Cyprus became a Venetian colony. Per the terms of the agreement, Catherine was made Lady of Asolo, gaining a reputation over the rest of her life as a patron of the arts and literature. Catherine would pass away in 1510 at the age of 55, having experienced a whirlwind life like few others. Centuries later, an opera detailing her dramatic story, titled Caterina Cornaro, the Last Queen of Cyprus, was written and performed all over Europe, and is occasionally still performed to this day. Cyprus, meanwhile, was now calm and settled for the moment, but even greater upheaval loomed on the horizon. The island would be conquered by the Ottomans and spend 3 centuries under Turkish rule. It would then spend nearly a century under British rule, with the island's on and off history of conflict continuing into the late 20th century. As a result, the island today is unfortunately divided up, a situation one can only hope is eventually proven temporary. The odyssey that was the life of the island's final queen, however, remains indelible. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button and leave a comment for the algorithm. For more content like this, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button so you know when the next video is posted. Be sure to check out the project that forms the basis for these videos at apoliticalworldmap.org. And if you can, please join our Patreon to keep the videos coming. Thanks again. I'm Alex. I am out.